All right, Coach. Not the way you want to end this one, but just give me your overall thoughts after a game like this one.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Basically just what I said in my overview. I think that it was a well fought game. We poorly executed some situations. And then being able to shut down innings after we scored, we gotta be better at that with playing momentum of innings, but on the flip side, I like how we put the ball in play. I just think we could have some better at bats with runners in scoring position, uh, to put more runs across.
All right, Coach, what'd you see there in the sixth inning that Michigan seemed to adjust there to Issa?
Well, they had been pulling her a little bit more, so getting above her ball a little bit more. But I mean, I also think that, you take two pitches away and it's a different ball game. Issa just maybe missed a little bit, but again, they're a team that has been shown like they're playing their best softball right now, and Conway and their DP, they both have been hitting the ball really well right now. So to face them three times, and it's kind of a flip of a coin. He's just so good that you want to your money on her, but at the same time, we got Felton too. So maybe I should have made a change like they did at the end of the game there.
Coach, how do you go back and bounce back from this, quickly tomorrow so you guys know it's an elimination game. You guys know have to do what you have to do to win the game. How do you bounce back from this so quick?
I think we just play better softball for ourselves. I mean, we always play best when we play against ourselves, and I just don't think I think we bailed them out of some innings there, because we left quite a few base runners on base. And so again, we just have to execute when runners are in scoring position, hit better for the situation. And then a few better pitches in those situations, and it's a different ballgame. It might just still stay a 3-1 game.
For Ashleigh, what did you see there from Lauren, their starter, and then the reliever they brought in Aaron there, those two pitchers there?
Yeah, they came out throwing strikes, and we didn't adjust like we're supposed to be our best, and we just got to be better at that, making adjustments quicker to win the game.
All good.
Coach. I did it's just so. What was your message to the team after this one? Like, what do you tell them now to kind of get prep them as you go into tomorrow, whether it's against Texas or Eastern Illinois?
Well, I mean, the message was that we have one game guaranteed. And usually when this group's backs are against the wall, I think you see a little bit more fight and heart. I felt like you saw a little bit of doubt, and I don't like that. I want our girls and our women to be as confident as possible. The result is the result, whatever that is, but like how we go about it is really important to me. And I feel that we rushed a little bit. And so, it's our job to be there, and act like we've been there, even though over half of our team has not been there. And so I think just being ourselves a little bit more, playing better softball together and picking each other up. This is a team sport, and we can't be selfish. People are relying on us. And the moment we think that we're alone, that means we're not buying into the process. So, again, I just want to see them believe in themselves and go after it. And if we fall on our face, I think that we're going to learn more things than tiptoeing.
Did you sense any nerves from the team at all? What was the mood? What did you sense from your team early on in the first during this game?
Elo, I wish I could tell you that I sense nerves. It's really hard to tell with this group. They are so calm, but then sometimes I'm like, okay, are they too calm? They're just so young that I'm still learning them. And sometimes that works and they come out and score 10 runs in the first inning, and sometimes it doesn't. So it's hard for me to like put my finger on one thing. But I do think that maybe Issa showed a little bit of that, because usually people don't get on until, they probably don't make adjustments off her as early as they have in that game. So, but again, I can't take away from the credit of Michigan hitters. They studied her, and you could tell by their approach. So, kudos to them. It's always fun to watch that. And then Issa made some adjustments to stay in that game longer, which was really good.
And then for
Coach,
Ashleigh, what was the conditions like out there? Looked pretty hot. They were talking on the broadcast. Was it similar to the Orlando regional? It was pretty hot. What was it like from a player standpoint on the field?
Well, you know, my dad always tells me it's the last school day, so it was just like Florida. I mean, I don't think it was any different. It didn't have any effect on us, and we prepared for this, so it was just another day at the ballpark.
Coach, you talked about the different pros and cons of the pitching situation. Just what goes through your mind when you make decisions like that? Because as we've seen, whether it's Michigan in the batter's box or with pitching, small decisions like that to either swing the bat or switch a pitcher can really be deciding factors in games like this.
Yeah, I think that sometimes you can go too early or, you can be one batter off, and today I was one batter off. But it's hard to tell, you want to show confidence in, our two pitchers that are throwing a lot right now. I want to, let them show that they've earned that spot and they're working hard to keep us in the game. But maybe that's a little bit of emotions on my end too, because I've been there and I know how I want the ball, especially when we're in that sixth inning. But again, this game has changed so much and these hitters are so good. So facing, the same hitters 3 times in a row it was probably time to make a change a little bit sooner there.